because I reached certain heights, you know, really
Right.
good heights. One time, I was highest paid actor, I think, in Hollywood, and I don't think anybody ever did what I did. I mean, turned down like, you know, hundreds of millions.
Oh, they all quit their jobs when they found out I was making $20 million a year. They said, we rich, we rich. I was like, no, I'm rich.
On those drives, the witness says 8 videos featured 8 celebrities at Diddy freak-offs or parties. The 8 people in the videos, the 8 celebrities in the videos were allegedly victims of crimes. We know who they are, but we will not be naming them.
It seems like Chris Tucker just dropped some serious names, mentioning celeb-minors he saw at Diddy's infamous freak-offs.
I don't know what he was going through internally, emotionally. He might have got really tired of the business. There's maybe some layers in there that he hadn't really spoken about inside the business. I know how the business can be.
Those parties, with all their wild reputations, are definitely not places you'd expect to find minors, unless there's more to the story than we're being told.
We're close to being underage or potentially underage.
2 males.
2 males. And of those 8 celebrities.
So were they forced into these scenes, or is there a darker motive behind it all? And why is Tucker speaking up now? Buckle up, because this revelation has Hollywood on edge, and some big names might not want the truth to come out. Looks like Chris Tucker's back in the spotlight, and not for a new movie. Remember how he pretty much vanished from Hollywood for a while? Well, word on the street is his disappearing act might have had something to do with some wild, behind-the-scenes stuff involving Diddy. Yeah, you heard that right. With Diddy recently arrested, people are noticing how Tucker's name isn't coming up much, even though he was tight with both Diddy and Jeffrey Epstein.
The day many high-profile figures may have been dreading has happened, as dozens of big names have been revealed in the first wave of late convicted sex offender Jeffrey.
Kind of makes you wonder, right? Could Tucker have been going undercover at those infamous freak-offs to help Diddy, or is there something way bigger happening here? Fans are starting to connect the dots, and it's looking like Tucker might have played a bigger part in this whole mess than anyone guessed. And recently, it has been revealed that some young celebrities were also seen at those parties. In a new development in the Diddy ST investigation, a witness has reportedly stepped forward with explosive claims about evidence he allegedly saw. Courtney Burgess, who testified before a grand jury in Manhattan, told News Nation's Banfield that he witnessed tapes showing 8 different celebrity victims, 6 male and 2 female, engaging in explicit acts with Combs.
Out of those 8 videos, 8 celebrities, 6 men and 2 women, how many of those 8 celebrities were close to being underage or potentially?
2.
Burgess alleges that at least 2 of the individuals on the tapes were underage male stars, and he claims that every person in the footage appeared intoxicated or otherwise impaired. His testimony is raising serious questions about what other details may come to light in this ongoing case. He went on to claim that all appeared to be victims. According to Courtney Burgess, the witness in the Diddy ST probe, the number of underage victims might be even higher than he initially stated. While he first claimed 2 of the male celebrities were minors, he later revised his statement, suggesting 2 to 3 of the individuals were likely underage. Burgess also alleges that these explicit tapes were stored on 11 flash drives, which he says were handed to him by Combs' late ex-girlfriend Kim Porter. This revelation adds another layer of intrigue to the case, as it raises questions about what Porter may have known and why she allegedly preserved this evidence. Burgess, who claims to be a former associate of Kim Porter's from her time in Atlanta, has reportedly come forward with some serious allegations. He says Porter gave him 11 flash drives containing tapes of celebrities in compromising situations with Diddy, as well as a manuscript of her memoir detailing her years with the music mogul.
And he says a friend gave him 11 flash drives that belonged to the late Kim Porter. And if you follow this story, you'll know that Kim Porter is Diddy's ex-girlfriend and the mother of 4 of his kids.
Burgess hasn't specified when or why Porter supposedly handed over the tapes, nor has it been confirmed whether he shared this material with investigators. Meanwhile, Combs faces federal charges including racketeering conspiracy and ST, accused of orchestrating freak-offs, violent encounters allegedly recorded without participants' consent.
8 videos featured 8 celebrities at Diddy freak-offs or parties, and that 6 were males, 2 were females.
Combs' attorneys have been contacted for comment, but so far, there's no public response to these latest claims. The unfolding details in this case are bound to spark even more questions about what may have gone on behind the scenes. Since his arrest in September, a flurry of civil lawsuits have also been filed against the rapper, alleging he raped a 10-year-old boy who was trying to make it as an actor or rapper in 2005. Meanwhile, another accused Combs of DG and raping a 13-year-old girl in 2000 as 2 celebrities joined in at a VMA's after-party in New York. Combs' lawyers have repeatedly derided the flurry of lawsuits as clear attempts to garner publicity. Mr. Combs and his legal team have full confidence in the facts, their legal defenses, and the integrity of the judicial process, a prior statement from his team said. First up, let's talk about Meek Mill. Known for his rap career and high-profile friendships with the likes of Jay-Z, Meek has found himself in the spotlight for all the wrong reasons.
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you.
Fans have speculated that Meek Mill may have been named in Rodney Lil Rod Jones' lawsuit against Diddy. In the lawsuit, an unnamed rapper is mentioned as having been on Diddy's yacht, where they were allegedly seen consorting with underage girls, S-workers. Further down in the complaint, the person whose name was redacted is described as a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj. Meek Mill is from Philadelphia, and he did in fact date Nicki Minaj from 2014 to 2016. However, the same Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj description is used again in connection with Jones's allegations centered around the producer. As previously reported, Jones claims that Diddy's connection to Stevie J was used as part of an alleged promise regarding the Grammys. Jones alleged that Diddy used his admiration of the Bad Boy Records Grammy winner to prepare him for intimacy. Included in the suit are screenshots purporting to show Stevie J having S with a white man. Also mentioned are an unnamed rapper and an unnamed R&B singer. The rapper, as mentioned above, is described in a footnote as a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj, while the R&B singer is described as someone who performed at the Super Bowl and had a successful Vegas residency. Here's how it's worded. Mr. Combs informed Mr. Jones that he had engaged in intercourse with rapper, redacted, R&B singer, redacted, and Stevie J. Again, Usher obviously recently played the Super Bowl and had a residency in Las Vegas, which is why people think the lawsuit is referring to him. In any case, Meek, upon discovering the rumors flying online, logged in to try to regain control of the narrative in what was described as a rookie move. To be specific, he wrote, "I'm from Philly. I don't do coke or freaky Molly. Nobody won't even offer me coke because I'm that heavy. No man or what would ever approach me about gay activity, and the whole place don't get flipped. Woke up seeing this on every blog like they know I'm coming. Lol." Besides the claims that have just come out, there have been several other pointers that have pointed to the fact that Meek might be on the DL, especially with Diddy. This was the case when a video surfaced that made fans feel as though Diddy may have taken his friendship with Meek a bit too far. In the clip, Meek is chilling in the pool when Diddy congratulates him on his success, but in the most unorthodox way.
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. Yeah.
Meek says he is just enjoying life, when Diddy says, "You deserve it, daddy, you putting in that work." As you can probably guess, it is the use of the word daddy that some fans seem to take issue with. One fan commented on this, saying, "Diddy has been said to be an extremely jealous and territorial. It's why he takes them shopping. Meek Mill rapping about having S with other women insulted Diddy. It's why Meek, a few seconds later in the rap, pays homage to Diddy and Diddy wraps his arms around Meek. He let us know that the rap stuff is fake, but what him and Diddy have is real." Additionally, there have been photos circulating online of Diddy and Meek Mill dressed in matching outfits. Then you see, in 2010, Diddy and his Dirty Money crew held a release party for Last Train to Paris. Kevin hosted a live stream party, and things got a bit intense between him and Diddy. During the party, there was a peculiar moment when Diddy called Kevin into his bathroom, which left viewers curious and surprised. However, Diddy quickly added a no homo disclaimer once the camera started rolling. At the same party, Diddy kissed Ronnie James without the young man's consent, leading to an angry response from Kevin Hart. It's conceivable that Kevin's reaction could be linked to feelings of jealousy towards Diddy. However, interpretations may vary. Kevin also took it further by physically touching Diddy and suggesting he hit the gym to enhance his physique. Are these interactions between the two escalating the S tension in the room? there's some form of relationship between the two individuals, as their interactions and exchanges continue to raise questions. However, Hart's cozying up to industry elites is not limited to just this one party. Kevin Hart once hosted a party that raised many eyebrows of speculation against him. The party was named the Dirty Money Party, which resonated with irony and foreboding. Now let's dive into the mystery surrounding Jamie Foxx's recent struggles. Between health scares and his sudden silence in the media, fans are really starting to worry. For some context, Foxx has been a regular at Diddy's notorious parties, events that have been the center of all kinds of wild rumors for ages. People say these gatherings weren't just about music and good vibes. There might be something darker going on. Those in the know say Diddy's flashy lifestyle comes with a catch. Many celebs who've partied with him have left with more than just wild stories. There are whispers that Diddy has some serious control over his circle. Think blackmail, influence, or even worse. And Jamie Foxx? He was one of Diddy's frequent guests, which has people wondering what really happens behind closed doors. There's even a crazy story floating around that Diddy once made Foxx play naked basketball. Yep, you read that right, naked basketball. Diddy, known for his over-the-top parties and wild ideas, supposedly thought this would be the perfect way to break the ice and make the night unforgettable.
If you want to know who was probably at these games, just look at who P. Diddy and Jamie Foxx have been hanging around for years, especially the super successful ones.
Diddy definitely knows how to throw an unforgettable bash, but the big question is, did Jamie Foxx really go through with it? Well, it looks like Jamie was a good sport about the whole thing. He didn't back down and actually jumped into that game of naked basketball. That's definitely pushing boundaries and stepping way out of your comfort zone. But when you're hanging out with Diddy and other A-listers, anything can happen, right? The thing is, this wasn't Jamie's first rodeo at one of Diddy's infamous parties. In fact, an old clip popped up online last year where Jamie dropped some shocking details about one of Diddy's creepy gatherings.
The big cannon, yo, Puff, I should document this shit, right? Yo, what's up, Playboy? What you talking about? I should get this, man. You, Fonz, the whole nine. He says, yeah, let him through. Excuse me.
This wasn't just any party. It cost a staggering $1.5 million, with A-list celebs rolling up in their luxury cars. Jamie followed Diddy into this extravagant pool party, and the first person his camera caught, none other than the famous Hollywood therapist, Dr. Ruth.
And I look up and I see Dr. Ruth. I don't know if you know who that is. The sex lady. The sex lady. I see Dr. Ruth. I said, Miss Ruth, could you please come over here? This guy by the name of Sean P. Diddy Combs. I need you to come meet him.
Sensing a golden moment, Jamie managed to get Dr. Ruth to have an impromptu chat with Diddy right on camera. Then, out of nowhere, they hit the dance floor by the pool, vibing to Beyoncé's Crazy in Love. The energy was electric and the crowd was loving it. The majority of individuals have the desire to attend an after party where celebrities will be present so that they may interact with those in the industry. Although Fabulous has attended a number of events in his day, it appears that he feels that some of those parties did not live up to the expectations that were set for them.
So Fab, how was your birthday, man? What was your wish for this year?
Now, if you observe, Fabulous is surrounded by an obvious cloud of melancholy among the crowd. He seems to be carrying an invisible burden, which makes us sympathetic to his attitude. He is quietly enjoying a piece of cake while projecting an air of seclusion. Moreover, he appears reluctant to meet the eyes of others around him, as if he is really uneasy. Perhaps Diddy's presence casts a shadow over Fabulous's consciousness in this enigmatic tapestry of feelings, subtly influencing his current state of mind. Could the rupture be the result of a conflict between their artistic goals or a personal issue? One may only guess, because the truth lies deep within their shared past. But Diddy kept questioning him.
So Fab, how was your birthday, man? What was your wish for this year?
To which Fab responded,
I like vibes, you know what I mean? I like a good vibe more than wanting for anything, you know what I mean? So I got a cool vibe. I spend some of the time with my kids.
It appears as though Fab has started a path of self-discovery, reassessing his priorities and realizing the value of preserving his relationships with his family. His decision to put his responsibilities as a loving dad first shows a profound emotional awakening driven by a desire to create deep relationships within his immediate circle. But this is not it. The New York City rapper also recently posted a series of revealing anecdotes on his Instagram story in which he discussed instances in which he ran off on his celebrity buddies while they were attending events. According to Fab, the circumstance required an Irish escape on this occasion, and it was necessary for it to occur. Not only that, he even dropped some helpful party escaping excuses to help his fans, where he suggested, "You ever got peer pressured into going to the afties? You ever said you are going to the bathroom and left?" Everything started when the rapper known as Ghetto Fabulous asked his fans if they too had ever felt forced into attending an after party. Fabulous said, "You really want to go home or back to the room, but you don't want to be the turn down to the turn up." A second rapper, Zebit, has also come out to share his terrifying experience with Diddy. After having a fantastic night at his house, Diddy brought him out clubbing, and it wasn't until later that they found out this club wasn't like any other club they'd been to before. Instead, it turned out to be a pretty blatant gay bar.
So then we go to the house, and then, he invited us to the house because he wanted to go to the club afterwards, right? I was like, okay, cool.
Zebit was obviously attempting to party and have a good time at the club when someone brought to his attention the fact that the men there were kissing one another. Zebit was stunned, but he didn't give it much thought until he saw another man dancing BTT naked in the middle of the club.
She pointed over the corner. It's two dudes kissing. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, the f is this?
And not only this, but Zebit also hinted toward his very terrible encounter with Diddy when he got dragged into the party.
Hey, man, that girl you know about the girl you. I was like, yeah, nigga, yeah, everybody know, but you know what I'm saying? What's happening? You know, he's like, that's the devil, man.
Diddy has the audacity to ask his victims about the girls too, and afterward show them the real show that usually goes on at his parties. After that, he even told a peculiar tale of Diddy saying some words about Superhead.
So Puffy tells you that
she will videotape you with fingers in the booty, and I was like, what the does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
So then I go back in the house and I ask her, what the are you talking about?
What is the point of saying anything about any other person when they are not even bothering you? But this is Diddy, who always shows himself as superior to the younger rappers. And Zebit also admitted that right now, Diddy might have had an episode with Superhead. He said, "I guess he got some prior incident with her that he don't want nobody to know about." Well, Diddy is a strange man, and strange things turn him on. One of Diddy's favorite things to do is luring straight men into his cars and making them have S with him. He did the same thing to rapper Method Man in LA. Method Man was sitting in a club in LA when Diddy approached him. Diddy must have been attracted to him because he then proceeded to hit on him in a rather weird way. Instead of talking some more and then inviting Method Man to his place like a normal person, he decided to send someone else to trick him into sitting in the car. Maybe this is like a game for Diddy, and he enjoys putting these straight men in uncomfortable positions. Method Man wasn't the only straight man Diddy had sneakily tricked into an uncomfortable position. Another rapper, Zebit, has come forward with his horror story. Diddy invited him home for a good time and then took him clubbing, only to find out later that this club wasn't just an average club. Instead, it was a very explicit gay club. Zebit was ignorantly trying to party and have a good time when someone pointed out to him that the men at the club were kissing. Zebit was taken aback but didn't think anything of it until he saw another man dancing B*TT naked in the middle of the club. That's when he realized that Diddy had tricked him and taken him along to a gay club. Diddy has never openly admitted to his attraction to men, but he's also unafraid of being caught acting his fantasies out. In fact, in private parties and events, he very openly acts gay. Even Diddy's former bodyguard admitted that the two men were unusually close to each other.
Pac and Puff was like this.
He also recalled some interesting stories where Diddy went shopping in an exotic bookstore with him. Gene Deal, his bodyguard, naively expected him to buy normal P magazines, but Diddy wasn't there for just magazines. He ended up buying B-plugs.
He picked up some things from up here on my left side, and then he picked like quite a few of them down. I was like, okay. He put them in the bag. So when I went by there and I looked up there.
Not only this, Gene even once caught him having S with another young rapper in a hotel room. The two had to come out of the room with just towels wrapped around themselves. Even then, Diddy was rather unfazed and didn't seem to mind that Gene had seen them together.
But they naked. And so then Ja was like, yo, what's going on? Yo, Gene, that's my cousin. He know me well.
These allegations against Diddy aren't just baseless rumors either. In fact, he has even been questioned by the federal investigators regarding him having S relations with underage boys. Most of these were young rappers he had forced into performing gay S with him because he had the influence to make or break their music careers. This came after it was revealed that Diddy slept with a teenage usher. When Diddy was in his late 20s, he and a then 15-year-old usher used to sleep in the same bed at night. Although Diddy tried to handle the situation and make it sound less weird, we can't think of one reason why it would be appropriate for a grown-up Diddy to be sleeping in the same bed as a teenage Usher.
My brother right here from day one, we used to wake up and, pause a bit, like just out. Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the frosted flakes.
Usher also revealed he and Diddy would attend S orgies when Usher was 15, which is a crime in the United States, and most nations with laws concerning minors. Diddy even forced a teenage Usher into drugs and alcohol. When Usher was asked whether he would ever send his kids to a place like Diddy's, he was very quick to respond, no.
You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no. Diddy is just one part of a whole industry that flourishes on manipulating and abusing these young men. Harlem rapper Smart talks about this trend in the music industry, where new artists are abused and blackmailed at the hands of music executives and record producers, much like Diddy.
They can't do nothing because the record labels, the execs, they date these artists. They give them transformers, so they get high.
These executives videotape these young artists after forcing them to perform S actions. This way, the artists have no choice but to do whatever these labels ask of them, oftentimes ending up signing contracts they never want.
They have transvestites and videotape this shit. Why? Look, bro, it just happened right in front of you.
Many young artists find themselves in a tight spot where the only way to break into the industry is to first allow themselves to be used by the predatory music executives. Many of these young men have accepted this fake and become numb to it, just like the rapper Daylit.
Yeah, I f Diddy. I'm not gonna front. I'd f out of Diddy. Like, I'm just keeping it a buck, like, you know what I'm saying?
The industry is a ruthless place to navigate, especially for young artists. The bigger names in the industry want favors that can leave these young men traumatized and violated. Rapper Vegas talked about this in his interview. These young rappers were violated so often as if it wasn't even a big deal.
Telling them like, yeah, I'm ready. And then next thing you know, you get invited to the party with the greeting is the man squeezing you.
This is a sort of currency that works in the music world, where young artists have to sell their bodies to be able to put their music out into the world. Look at what this artist had to say about the situation. People think it is cowardly of Diddy to still pretend to be straight after being involved in gay situations time and again. His deceit and secrecy is only useful to him because he uses it to lure unsuspecting men into uncomfortable situations. One person tweeted saying, "Honey Diddy is DL hardcore gay. I wish he'd just be open and stop all the deceitful behavior. Him and nasty ass Christ Stokes. Some straight demons harming people because they aren't all right with themselves. It's 2023. Men can be gay. No need for birds anymore or pop-up families." Others think that it's high time we stop defending this awful behavior of these music executives and call it for what it really is, R. One person wrote, "I hate how people are saying no. Diddy was just having Usher have S with groupies who were older than him when he was like 14 years old. Pause because that's R too." That's it for today. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.